So I'm going to give you some hints on today's worksheet. I'm going to jump to the second page because it's tougher. I'll do numbers 7 and 10 for you right at the top. Let's use Desmos to help you out. So I'm going to put this into Desmos. I already did 2 times the absolute value. Inside the absolute value I have x minus 4. Outside I have plus 3. Okay. And now, the only thing I want you to change, your table, you have to be careful, because if we look at the table here, it's going by 2s. So I go back to my table here, and I want this table. I want this table to count here by 2s. So we'll do -4, -2, 0, 2, and 4. So if you notice, those are some pretty big numbers here. So maybe I need to put in an additional one. Maybe I put in 6 just to help me out here. But in general, I only want you to put in 5 points. So you can spend all the time you want filling in all of these, but if you watch this video, 5 points. So which points make sense here? Well, I would really want to use 0 to 8, okay? 0 to 8 makes sense because that's going to be closest to what we want on our graph over here. So 0 to 8 goes 11, 7, 3, 7, 11. So I'll come here to 0, 11, 7, 3, 7, 3, 7, 11. Okay, and if you notice this, a regular V, although because of the 2, it's a little steeper. So I come back here, and I can plot a couple of these points. 2, 7, I should see your dots if you're following directions. 4, 3, and then 6, 7. Okay, so if you follow directions on the video, don't have to worry about that. What is our domain? This is what people were messing up on the quiz. What are our possible x values? Well, this thing goes on forever and ever. So our x values are all real numbers. Our range is not all real numbers. Our range, possible y's, has to be bigger than that number there. So our y's is anything greater than or equal to number 3. Where did I get that number 3 from? Right there. What is my vertex? My vertex is either the max or the min. You can use these 2 numbers to tell you what it's going to be. Four, 3. Right? What kind of transformations did we have here? Okay, so we went to the right 4 spots. That's one transformation. We also went up 3 spots. It's another transformation. And then the last transformation is that In this case, because we multiplied by 2, it makes it narrower. So we multiplied by 2, which is a compression. So I don't need you to write the compression part, but you should understand that. Okay, and then the opposite down here, this 1/2 would represent a stretch. So one more, I've already put this into the calculator for you. So I go back over to Desmos. Thankfully on Desmos this time it makes sense just to use the numbers here. -4, -2, 0, 2, and 4. Okay, it starts at -5. And then it goes -3. Then back to -5, -7, and -9. So you're following my directions. You've put in 5 points. We graph it. So -4, -5 is there. -2, -3, 0 is back to -5. 2 is at -7. And then we're off the chart. So here is our V. Okay, and our domain, again, is all real numbers. You can do any X, but my range has to be less than or equal to this -3. Oh, and I forgot. I'm sorry, guys. The reason I changed this to -3. So again, if you're watching my video, you know that I made this a -3 because the -7, the graph would have been here like that, and that would have been the only thing you graphed. So 7's a bad choice of numbers. So my apologies. Change that to a 3. That'll tell me whether or not you watch this video. Okay. We don't want -7. It's a bad number to choose from. Okay, so what is my vertex? My vertex is -2, -3. What's my transformations? What are we doing here? We went left 2 spots. We went down 3 spots. We flipped it. You could say flip, or you could write upside down. And that's it for this one because there was no number in front. Okay, so again, I changed that to a 3 just to make it more user-friendly. But I picked these two because they had something inside the absolute value, something outside the absolute value, something in front of it as well. You'll notice that some of the ones here on the first page are a lot simpler, and it might only be one transformation. But if you can understand what to do on numbers 7 and 10, you can understand what to do on the rest. And while we're at it, we're going to take number 12 and change that to a 2. Same reason, 8 is way over here, so it would be off the grid. It would actually start way up there, so it doesn't make sense to graph it like that. So we're going to change it to a +2. That'll actually put it on the grid. Have a great day, guys.